When they assume privacy, well, what's done is done. You bought it, but it's ours now. A soft chuckle followed, not cruel, casual. The words landed heavier because of that, not defiance, not gratitude either, just assumption. I stood there longer than necessary, waiting for something inside me to ignite. It didn't. Instead, there was a quiet click, like a lock turning from the inside. I walked back into the kitchen. My mother intercepted me near the small office, the hallway, the room I'd intended as a study, when I toured the property. "Oh, that room's a bit messy," she said lightly, positioning herself between me and the doorway. "We're hosting tonight." "We're hosting, not we, just them, I know," I said. "I won't stay long." She searched my face for irritation she could manage. I didn't give her any. The thing is, I hadn't come entirely unprepared. A week earlier, when I saw the listing photo framed on their mantle, the one with the caption about permanence, I'd called Daniel, the property attorney who handled the purchase. Not angrily, logistically, what happens? I'd asked if occupants start presenting ownership publicly. He hadn't laughed. "Lawyers rarely do, nothing happens automatically," he'd said. But clarity is always better than assumption, so before driving over, I texted him. "Are you available for a brief call this evening?" He replied yes. I set my glass down on the island. "Dad," I said, not loudly, just enough to fold him into the room's awareness. "Quick question." He looked up. "For insurance purposes, are you planning to formalize occupancy, or are we still keeping it informal?" The word insurance has a way of quieting a room. He blinked. "What do you mean?" "I mean liability. If someone slips tonight, it's technically on me." A few guests shifted subtly. My mother laughed brightly. "Oh, don't be dramatic." I didn't raise my voice. "I'm not. I just need to know if we're signing a lease." Silence moved differently now. It wasn't festive. My father set his glass down more carefully than necessary. "This isn't the time." "It actually is," I said, "because you're presenting this as your property." His jaw tightened. "It is our home." "Yes," I said gently. "But it's my asset." I pulled my phone from my pocket and placed it on speaker. Daniel answered on the second ring. I kept it simple. "Could you clarify current ownership of the property on Maple Ridge?" He didn't hesitate. "The property is titled solely in your name. Any long-term occupancy without written agreement." The lawyer's office smelled like old paper and filtered coffee. I hadn't expected surprises. My parents were alive and well. The will review was just housekeeping, something their financial advisor recommended. I sat in the leather chair across from the desk, flipping through the stapled packet as the attorney explained clauses in a voice trained to sound neutral. Then I saw it: all real property, financial assets, and remaining estate to be transferred to Daniel Reyes. Daniel, my cousin, the one my parents always introduced as the son we never had. I didn't react immediately. I reread the paragraph twice, looking for my name somewhere below it. There was a small line about personal items to be distributed, art, the executor's discretion. The executor was Daniel, that's correct. The lawyer said when I asked for clarification, "Your cousin is listed as sole beneficiary." I nodded like I was reviewing a spreadsheet error. I had been covering their mortgage shortfalls for 2 years. Not consistently, but enough. When interest rates climbed and my dad's contract work slowed, I transferred what was needed. Utilities were in their names. The automatic payments came from my account. Insurance premiums too. No one asked directly anymore. It was just understood. Family helps family. Growing up, Daniel was the charming one, the one who fixed cars and grilled on holidays and called my father Coach. I was the quieter one, the reliable one. "You're more independent," my mom used to say. "Daniel needs more guidance." Guidance that somehow looked like inheritance. I left the lawyer's office with a copy of the will folded neatly in my bag. I didn't confront my parents that day. I didn't storm into their kitchen waving paperwork. I went home and opened my banking app. Canceled the recurring transfer labeled Mortgage Assist. Removed the auto-pay link to their electricity provider. Paused the insurance draft. I didn't block their numbers. I didn't send a message. I just stopped underwriting a future that didn't include me. For 3 weeks, nothing happened. We spoke about neutral things. My mom's garden, my dad's knee, the weather, no mention of money. Then on a Thursday afternoon, my phone buzzed. "Transfer the money for the mortgage." That was the entire message. No greeting, no question. I read it twice. I typed back, "I'm not covering the mortgage anymore." The response came quickly. "What do you mean? It's due tomorrow." I stared at the screen.